Yes, it was something that he hadn't been used to in the previous debates, and he really bore the brunt of the attacks this evening, coming from, of course, the other man in that front-runner duel, Bernie Sanders, who attacked Pete Buttigieg on his favorite topic, the influence of billionaires in the race. He said basically that he didn't have 40 billionaires backing him like Pete Buttigieg, who turned back around and attacked Sanders on his socialism and on the fact that he was too divisive within the Democratic Party, that he was too far left, and that his politics of his way or the highway were not really going to unite the party. But of course, Sanders was not the only one who was attacking Buttigieg. It was something that all the candidates did, and that is exactly what you get when you win in one of the the caucuses, even if that result is still hotly debated. But the one candidate who had the biggest punch, who landed the biggest punch on Pete Buttigieg, was Amy Klobuchar, because one of the main criticism of Pete Buttigieg was his inexperience, and Amy Klobuchar had this line saying, well, we have a newcomer in the White House, and look where that got us.
And we were looking at Joe Biden and Elizabeth Warren. Both of them needed to make a difference on this stage. Did they perform as they had hoped?
Well, it was very interesting to see that these two candidates, who are the ones who are risking the most in New Hampshire and who need to gain ground in the polls, were very subdued. They had their moments, of course. Joe Biden was a little bit more fiery at some points in this debate than we've seen him since the start of the race. Elizabeth Warren did land a few punches on her rivals, including on Pete Buttigieg, specifically about race relations back in his former town of South Bend. But neither one of them really broke the stage and took over control of the stage and made any sort of breakthrough that could help them gain in the polls ahead of that primary in New Hampshire. And Joe Biden even had this line, which was pretty much at the very start of this debate. He said, I took a big hit in Iowa, and I'm probably going to take another big one here in New Hampshire. It gives you an idea of how not really confident Joe Biden is, but he's, of course, looking ahead to South Carolina, where the first big vote from the black community will take place. But Steyer had this warning, though, about what they were discussing is that really, in the end, to beat Donald Trump, you have to talk about the economy, and that's something that wasn't really much there in this debate.
All right.